Hello world! Hello world! I'm Hans and you're not. Welcome to my channel. This is Hans Watches. Today I'll be talking about the new watch I got yesterday in the mail and I'm super excited about it. It's the Helson Sharkmaster 300 and it looks like this. Now there's a lot of reflections so you might not be able to see it very well. We'll get more into that later, but I'm excited. This watch is of course based on an iconic watch from the 60s which you then cannot buy new anymore. So there are just a few options available for this kind of homage and they're not easily available at all. So I scored this watch online a week ago actually, and due to a little trick I'll tell you about later in the video. I think we should probably head inside. It's a little cold outside as you can see, but I'll even take the watch for a swim later on or tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. So the Helson Sharkmaster 300 finally arrived. And my excitement is mainly due to two things. Number one, I was finally able to get my hands on this direct from Helson. I've been trying that for quite some time now. So the Lifehack I will tell you about later really worked. Number two, the design. In my opinion, this design represents some of the most beautiful watch design ever made. It's bold, functional, clean and easy to read. And if we compare it to two other watches from the same era, two similar watches from the same era, the Certina PH500 or Super PH500 and the Longines Legendiver or Longines Legendiver, if you rather will, they're quite similar in my eyes. And especially the Certina Super PH500, I think is very similar. Now, these three watches represent an historical peak in watch designs for me, so I'm super stoked to have all three of them now. Now, for the price, I ended up paying $577, including shipping. They had a 15% sale, and who knows, why do they have a sale when these watches are constantly sold out? I don't know. Who knows? Do you know why? Please let me know in the comments. And I also saved $50 for skipping the watch roll, the leather watch roll they offer. Now I think that's a good option to be able to not pay extra for that. So apart from the specifications, we pay a little bit extra for the brand, I think. I don't know much about Helson, but I do know they are in fact a respected microbrand and considered a true microbrand by the microbrand experts. Yes, there is such a thing. I'm not a microbrand expert, but I do follow a lot of these groups. And trust me when I say there is such a thing as a true microbrand and there is such a thing as a wannabe microbrand. So Helson is a respected microbrand. They have a history, they have a range of models that are more or less frequently sold out. Now, the movement itself is where this separates itself one tier above most other microbrands. The Sharkmaster is using the ETA movement. It's the ETA 2824-2. Now, that caliber alone sets you back about $300 if you were to buy it on eBay. If you compare that to Mayota 9 series at about $100 or the NH35 at about $35 if you will, or $50 or $30. Of course that is a significant amount of money that goes direct into this $577 I paid. Now I guess they get a lower price than that as they buy many movements, not just one, but still compared to the other movements it's a big difference. That's one of the reasons this watch might seem a bit pricey for an homage. And although it's a quality movement, it's a proven movement since the 80s, it only has 38 hours of power reserve. And that might seem a bit underwhelming these days, especially when you see a lot of Tissot's, Seiko's with a 70 or 80 hours power reserve. 38 hours might seem a little bit low. But for me, that actually doesn't really matter that much. It's always nice to have great specifications, but I tend to, when I first take off the watch and put it in the box, it's typically going to stay there for not 38 hours. It's going to stay there for maybe 38 days. And that is just how I am. I'm usually most in love with the latest purchase until a new one comes along. So that power reserve is maybe not that important anyways. The accuracy. Now, that's always interesting. I'm much more interested in accuracy than power reserve. I didn't really know what to expect from this movement, but the first couple of days, it had a deviation of about 2 to 3 seconds per day on the plus side. But for the latest days, it's been running spot dead on, so no deviation at all. And that's quite impressive. The case. Oh man, the case. The case is asymmetric, as you will see. Notice that the crown side is a bit wider than the other side, and that serves as crown guards for the crown. This is preventing the crown from digging into my wrist. That's always a must for me. Any watch that digs into my wrist has got to go. There's drill holes for easy strap change. And I changed to the rubber strap that came along with the watch. I don't think I've ever spent less time on changing a strap on a watch for the first time. It was literally seconds. The case is beautifully brushed. It has polished chamfers, and it sits lovely on my 22 centimeter wrist. Now that's about 8.2 inches for those of you in inch country. And it sits all in all very well on my wrist. It also has curved lugs that helps on this. And unlike some other homages using the same case design, this does not wear like a dinner plate on my wrist. The bracelet has fully articulating links. It has female end links and they're solid. This is also helpful for the great fit to my wrist. The bracelet clasp is fully milled on the inside and is stamped on the outside, well, on the lock, so to say. And it actually reminds me a little bit of Seiko, the lock itself. I think I had like a déjà vu when I saw this one. I thought, Seiko. The clasp has push buttons and 3 micro adjustments, so it's quite easy to get a good fit on your wrist. The bracelet is quite comfortable, and I only experienced a couple of times hair pulls from it, and no matter what bracelet I have, I get hair pulls. Not that hairy, is it? Well, it's quite hairy, so what to expect? The side crown is brushed, not polished, and it's, as mentioned, protected by the case. The downside of this protection is, from my experience, it's a little hard to grasp from the back of the side, from the back side, if you want to pull it out, but it's much easier to grab it from the front side. As I chose the no-date version of this watch, there is a ghost position. Now the bezel. The bezel! Well, that's a heart. It's a 120-click unidirectional, and the bezel action is by far the greatest I've experienced in a long time. Long time. I'm not bothered by OCD, but I hate bezels on the loose. So this one seems to be sticking to where it should be, so I'm very grateful for that. Apart from crowns digging into my wrist, bezels that take a tour on their own is no good. Caseback is engraved with a shark and the specification details, model name, serial number, movement, water resistance. All in all, this seems like a 100% quality product. I can't find anything worth mentioning that would stop me from getting this watch. Now, I'm not a watch connoisseur. I'm just a simple watch enthusiast, perhaps like you. So, if you see something you don't like or think I'm off, please let me know in the comments. I might have missed something. Now, I said there's nothing that would stop me from buying this watch, and I stick to that. But there is one thing that's actually a bit funny, because it seems like a quality product, and I opted out for the watch roll, the leather watch roll. So I was a bit intrigued by what kind of packaging will they send me. And a bit to my surprise, I received this, and I'll show you. This card box. It's a card box. It's not much more to say about it. It's a card box, nothing more. It had the watch in plastic. And it had this bag. I changed the bracelet to the strap, just for I wanted to test to change it, how easy it is. And it was very easy, like I said. And it's a warranty card, it's a tool, there's some links, and not much more to talk about, actually. Spring bars, there's a couple of spring bars as well. And actually the bracelet is also by spring bars, interesting choice. I didn't have to resize it, so it will be interesting when I will have to do that. First time I'll experience changing or resizing the bracelet by spring bars. In the intro from the outdoors intro, I mentioned anyways that there's not a lot of options available for this kind of watch. Now, after that, a video popped up in my YouTube feed, and it was titled "A Homage to an Homage." Very interesting. Turn out, Chinese factory have decided to make a homage of this Sharkmaster, because their watch is called Sharkmaster 300, and it's the same design, but it's a little bit smaller. It's 38 millimeters, and it has much cheaper movement. It has the NH35 movement. So just want to mention it in case you think this price is a bit high. Those are significantly cheaper. Personally, I have not experienced them, so I can't really attest to how good they are, but it's good to know they're out there. And by the way, oh, the irony, it's a homage of an homage. Now, it's not the first time we see this. It's not going to be the last time. A lot of Microbrands have had their designs copied, probably by the Chinese watchmaker they use, and putting them all over AliExpress. That's got to suck, right? Spending years designing your watch, finding your trusted Chinese business partner, and they end up copying your design, selling it for half the price you paid. Man, I would be so mad. But that's just the name of the game these days, huh? Now, for the trick or the life hack I promised earlier. Constantly monitoring, watching websites to see if your favorite watch is available. That can be a drag, and it probably won't get you the watch you want. Sure, email, subscriptions, social media groups, pages, that can take you there. Usually it will. But some brands, like this one, Helson, and also others, they don't offer any kind of service like this. They're not active on social media. They're not offering email service. And that's a ping on my phone. Anyways, so what to do then? Spending all your time going to your website? No. Of course, there is a thing called website monitoring services that does this job for you. I found one, I used it, it took me just a week or so, and bam, my inbox had an email saying there was a change on this website. I logged on, found to my surprise the exact watch I was looking for. I immediately got it, and when I checked the next day, it was actually sold out. And the one I got was, when I got it, it was just 2 pieces left available. So either it was a small batch or they are crazy popular. I don't know. Of course, pros know this. I've been working with web software and web development for about 20 years. So I knew about this, but I had actually not thought of applying this to watches. So there you have it. My tip for you. You're welcome. Hope it helps you. Now, all this talking made me a bit warm. So now I feel like testing this watch for a swim in the Arctic Ocean. It's not the Arctic Ocean, it's the Oslo Fjord, by the way. It's about 6 degrees Celsius. That's about 42 Fahrenheit. And on land, it's about 0 degrees. Then the sea is about 600% warmer than land. So that shouldn't be a problem at all to go for a swim now. So I'm going for a swim. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, feel free to comment below. I really appreciate it, yeah. It's really motivating to get some feedback. Trust me. So take care, stay safe, peace out. Peace out.
Ja. Oké, going for a bath.